All right, here is some help with quiz 5.02. So 5.02 is counting principles. So unit 5 starts probability. So we're talking about different experiments and the outcome of those experiments. So it says how many outcomes are going to be chocolate. So the first question on the quiz is going to give you a tree diagram. So this tree diagram, we have two actions involved. We're going to go to a yogurt shop, and first we're going to choose our flavor yogurt, either vanilla or chocolate. The next choice that we have is what kind of fruit we want on it. And we've got three choices there: strawberry, banana, and blueberry. So our possible outcomes, these are all the possible outcomes we would have. So you kind of follow your tree here. We can have vanilla and strawberry, that's number one. Vanilla and banana, vanilla and blueberry. Or with our chocolate choices, we have chocolate and strawberry, chocolate and banana, chocolate and blueberry. So if you'll notice, we have three choices that have vanilla in them and three that have chocolate. So total choices are 6. So we have 3 that are chocolate. So that's similar to the first question you have on the quiz. The second question is using this addition counting principle. So sometimes in an experiment there's only one action. So if there's only one action, so it gives you a choice of doing one thing or another, then you're going to use the addition principle. You're simply going to add up the different choices that you have. So here's an example. Let's see, suppose we are deciding what to do on a rainy Saturday afternoon. We can watch one of 3 rented DVDs. We could put together one of 2 puzzles or play one of 4 video games. So we have different choices here, but it's just one action. We're only going to do one of these things. So the number of choices, you're going to actually just add these together. So we're going to add the 3 rented DVDs, the 2 puzzles, and notice this word or, that helps you know that it's an addition principle, or one of 4 videos. So when we add those together, we have 9 possible choices for what we're going to do that Saturday afternoon. Number 3 is going to deal with the multiplication counting principle. That principle is where you have ways of doing one thing and another. We were going to do more than one activity. So this particular one says Bethany wants to make a collage. She's going to include a photo of herself as a baby, a photo as a toddler, an older child, and a current photo. So all of these photos are going to be in there. So we have several actions we're going to do. We're going to choose one of 5 of these baby photos, one of 4 of these toddlers, one of 3 of the child photos, and one of 6 current photos. So when you have more than one action, you're going to multiply those choices together. So here we have 5, 4, 3, and 6. So we'll multiply those together. So there are actually 360 ways that we could put together our collage based on the number of choices, pictures we have. The next one on the quiz is going to deal with factorials. This one says, how many ways can 7 people sit next to each other in a movie theater row? So we've got a movie theater. We've got 7 people. If we labeled them 1 through 7, number 1 could sit here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or we could move them around. So that's when you're going to use that factorial button on your calculator. The answer to this is going to be 7 factorial. All right, little exclamation point looking thing. If you don't have a calculator that does this, you can simply put in your calculator 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That's what the 7 factorial is doing. Let me show you the calculator. If you have a calculator that's a scientific calculator, they have a factorial button. So let me make sure you can view the calculator here in the screen. A little bit. Okay, I think you guys should be able to see that now. So depending on your calculator, this may be different. YouTube is a good source if you want to, if you have a different type of calculator. But notice there's this PRB button. So I can hit my 7, and then if I hit this PRB, that probability button there, then notice I have choices. And number 3, if I use my arrow down to the factorial, notice there's that little exclamation point. So when I hit enter, notice I get on the screen 7 factorial. If I hit enter one more time, I get my number 5040. So that's how to do it on this calculator. And so 7 factorial is equal to 5040. And if you multiply these together, you should get that same answer as well if you don't have that factorial button. Of course, if you get something very higher, it will get kind of tiring putting it all in. So having that factorial button is very helpful, knowing how to use it. The last one is also dealing with factorials. And so here we want to add 5 factorial plus 3 factorial. So to do this, if you did it without that factorial button, you would want to say 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 equals, and then 3 times 2 times 1 equals. So if we put that in our calculator, we would get 120. 3 times 2 is 6, and we add those together to get 126. And let me show you real quickly how you can do it with your calculator. So your calculator, let me clear it. You can put in 5, probability, go to your factorial button, enter. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Enter. So now I've got 5 factorial. Now I'm going to hit my plus sign. And now I'm going to hit my 3, my probability button. I want factorial again, arrow down, hit enter to get factorial. And now you can see I've got that in the calculator. 5 factorial plus 3 factorial. I hit my enter key, and there's my 126. So, hope that helps you. If you have questions, come to Erase Your Grade.